Opinions, viewpoints, and beliefs presented on this program do not necessarily reflect those of the management, the affiliates and broadcast partners, or the sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Scarefest Radio, the radio you can see.
And good evening, everyone, and welcome to a thrown-together, piecemeal, off-the-cuff episode of Scarefest Television, the original broadcast date, May 20th, 2022. My co-host tonight is the lovely and talented Chad Harlan, and Chad, here's how the day is gone, everybody. Chad, which I had to do the green screen thing. I had to change the way the things layered up. Anyway, Chad offered to co-host at 8:30 p.m. I said, well, if you got nothing better to do, come on, baby. And so he's here. He's with us. And I'm
excited.
Someone should be. Everybody, it's been a hectic month. As you know, my day job, I'm a farmer. And even though the weather has not completely cooperated with me, when weather does not cooperate with farmers, we just do all the other jobs that we do when the weather doesn't cooperate. And we get behind on everything. So that's where I've been behind. I've not felt like sitting down and doing the Scarefest job. I apologize. We've already got next week's show planned, and then I'll go ahead and try to get some actual good guests. I shouldn't say that. Well, Chad's co-host. He's not here.
I was gonna say that's hurtful.
Chad's a co-host.
You're a co-host.
Chad's carrying your ass.
Yes. You're the frame. I'm the picture. So that's what's going on, everybody. So we're going to do a quickie tonight. We'll see how long we can drag it out. I have dragged these things out for like an hour and a half before when I had absolutely nothing to talk about. So we'll just see what happens. We do have celebrity announcements. I'm not going to tell you that they're going to be at the bottom of the hour because we may not even make it that long. Who the hell knows? Bonehead Weekly is on tonight with a review of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which I have actually seen, and I could not agree with you more about the movie. And
Can't wait to hear it.
Well, you won't be able to hear it because
I know. I'll have to go back and watch it.
I really should fix that one of these days where the guest and host can hear the audio again. But, you know, that takes work, and I'm just not up to it. That, although I should have made some notes. Actually, I have watched some really good. I watched, it's called, Kill Them All, I believe. Was that the name of it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's called Kill Them All. It's more of it's kind of a horror movie. It's a thriller / horror movie. The premise behind it is some kidnappers picked the wrong fucking guy. That's, okay, in other words, you're kidnapped and you pick a serial killer. And
that's a bad day.
It was good. Everybody, I highly recommend it. I think it was either on Amazon or Tubi. I'm not even sure. But it was quite enjoyable. And so if you find a movie titled something like that, I'm sure that's it. Now I am watching the chat room tonight, so if you have any questions about the Scarefest, I will try to put them in. Oh, okay, Chad, your opinion.
Yes, sir.
You know how snarky I am in real life.
Absolutely.
I try not to be snarky in my Scarefest job, which part of it is answering Facebook questions. But when someone replies to a banner that basically says Robert England, Scarefest weekend, Lexington, Kentucky, Central Bank Center, the dates. I mean, it had all the information on the name. And when somebody asked the question, where is this? It takes everything in my core not just to go monkey shit on their ass. I mean, it's
Well, I mean, reading's hard.
Okay. I'm telling you, Facebook is becoming America Online. All of you people that live on Facebook, I'm telling you, you are dumbing yourselves down. And you may not feel dumb right now, but when you have a banner that has the website, and we've done a good job keeping the website up to date. It's got all 90% of the information that's available. I can understand people asking about photo ops that we haven't posted. But when you ask a question that all you have to do is literally click a link, like, who all's coming to Scarefest? You know, who are all your guests? They're on the page. It says guest. I'm sorry. I hope you're not watching if you're the person who asked that. But that's the type of person.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there's a lot of people who figure it's easier to ask than click on something. But I'm curious. Have you all had any discussions about the construction that's getting ready to happen across the street from Rupp, apparently?
No, I was not even aware. If it's not on Fox 56 News, I don't even know about it. And they haven't said a word about it.
They announced yesterday that they had talked about the soccer stadium in the Hyatt parking lot. Apparently that fell through. But now they've reached a deal with the developers that did City Center. And they're going to develop that all into a mixed-use entertainment, restaurant, living area, and supposedly more parking. But so I'd say the next couple of years we're going to be enjoying some construction in our parking lot.
I actually don't care what they build across the street. I'm going on record right now. I don't care if you put a soccer stadium, baseball diamond. I don't care if you just fence it off and make raised pigs. I don't care. But I think before you tear up a single parking space in that lot, you should have to build two. So in other words, however much you plan on tearing out, that has to be the first project. Parking first.
That's what I was thinking is before you do anything else, build parking garages and then build around that.
Absolutely. That is my professional opinion. That is me as a tourist, as a person that does not like to go to Lexington because it's hard as hell to park.
Now, I will say I've just spent the last 3 weeks traveling to various cities that parking is not in their agenda at all. They just assume if you're coming into town, you're going to take a cab or an Uber and you're not going to park anywhere near downtown.
Name some names.
Austin,
Texas. I'm convinced that is a Texas thing. Because you've been to Austin. I was in San Antonio. They got the same problem. It's like that Riverwalk. I guess every one of them people Uber to it. Because there is no downtown parking that I saw. I mean, there's a parking garage here and there. But
I just left DC earlier this week. No parking in downtown.
Meanwhile,
DC.
You go to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, and there are signs going 9,000 parking spaces to the left, 10,000 park on this road. You know, our yard is open. Anyway, we should probably talk about Scarefest now, or something about it. We everybody, we do have like I said, I got 3 celebrity announcements tonight. 2 from horror, 1 from paranormal. Stan Reed from the chat room just informed me the soccer field was canceled, but now they're looking at a parking garage and grocery store because that's what we need. There is a mixed use, you know. I have to admit though, if they could build another hotel that is at least not more expensive than the 2 that are already there, would be nice.
I don't know about the price, but hotel is part of that development.
Well, so far, every time they build a hotel in Lexington, it's like, let's charge $100 more than the other guy. So, I think somebody should try to just undercut. Remember when capitalism worked that way, where you tried to offer just a little better price than your competitors? Ah, that was a beautiful time. That was back before the turn of the century, everybody. I get to say that. That was before the turn of the century. Now, some more news. He hasn't mentioned it in the chat room. He gave his normal greeting of "What's up, fuckers?" But Jake Godbold is actually coming to town, I hear. And, I guess I'm going to be in town the same time he is. But,
and I think he's signing autographs on his, cover shot.
Yes, he got a cover shot on one of those papers, wherever he's from. Yeah. We don't care what it costs to park. People will pay to park. I don't mind paying to park if the parking space is not like 2 miles from my destination. I'm going to throw that out there to the chat. Anyway, so yeah, okay. Well, that's just wonderful news that that there will probably be an interim there where, although if they would put some signs up, I have to say the new convention center, it has a good parking garage under it. A really nice parking garage. The spots, it's actually probably the roomiest parking spots I've ever seen at an indoor parking facility.
Good. Hopefully all the new stuff follows that trend and we end up with a good facility with plenty of room.
But they won't put these signs up, Chad. What?
Well, that's your GPS will take you there.
The GPS parking spot G20. That's now, yeah, you can get in the building. But we haven't. I don't think Lexington's put up a single damn sign since that Equestrian World Games or whatever it was. Now there, they thought every street in Lexington had to have a historic sign or something saying whatever. None of them said parking. Not a goddamn one of them said parking. So anyway, since I have no notes, it's actually, we've made it to the first commercial break, Chad.
Oh, wow.
So everybody, we'll be right back.
Everyone is talking about CBD oil, and it seems like almost everyone is using it. The research is ongoing, but the apparent health benefits are overwhelming. If you're going to use CBD products, though, what brand should you buy? First, find out where the hemp was grown. Imports are flooding the market. How potent is it? Look for a brand that plainly states its concentration on the label. And look for full spectrum CBD. This means the oil contains CBD and all the other cannabinoids, terpenes, and nutrients that are found in the entire cannabis plant. Look for Blue Leaf CBD oil. Blue Leaf Naturals is a Kentucky proud company. They use only Kentucky-grown hemp, supporting Kentucky farmers and businesses. Visit their website at blueleafcbd.com now and use the code SMILE at checkout for free shipping.
And welcome back to what might actually turn out to be 1 hour of total bullshit for us tonight. Let's see. Have I watched anything else good? Have you watched anything, Chad? Have you been in the movies?
I haven't, but actually I have a Scarefest question for you.
Okay.
What's going on next weekend?
Well, I was going to save that for the announcements, but...
Okay, never mind.
No, we can talk about it. I just have to pull up the banner because I don't remember any of the details.
This is what happened when I don't get a script.
Okay, here's the beautiful graphic that they had time to make. Okay, Scarefest pop-up trivia event featuring trivia on all things Depp films, as in Johnny Depp, and his real-life drama. Winning team gets Scarefest Saturday passes, and we will pay for all your mega pints.
Where's that going to be, Wes?
Well, wait a minute. I want to hope I'm trying to make sure that I'm trying to read the disclaimer. Anyway, drink tabs for the hours of trivia location. I don't think they know what they're doing. Anyway, that's at the Blue Stallion Brewery. Okay, free to participate. Arrive early to register your team. Winning team name gets their choice of Friday or Sunday passes. 6 players max to a team. So that is the Blue Stallion Brewery, 610 West 3rd Street, Lexington, Kentucky. Friday, this coming Friday, 7 p.m., May 27th, 2022. And just to sweeten the pot, I will be there trying to do a live remote that everyone knows I absolutely hate doing, and it never goes well. But you can see the pain in person. There, that's how we'll word that. But anyway, yeah, that's so there's your details on that. Okay, back to Wes and co-host, and there we are.
You asked if I've been watching anything. I guess the only thing horror or paranormal related I've watched recently was the new Scream film. And so I know I'm a little behind on that.
Well, I'm farther behind than you. That's why I haven't watched it.
I think they did a good job with it. I mean, I'll leave that to the experts, but certainly I'm no film critic. But I enjoyed their take on it, how they looped it back around and switched it up some. So I really, without giving any spoilers, I thought it was an interesting take that kind of revitalized the franchise. So,
oh goody! Now we can get 10 more of them.
I think you probably will get at least a couple more with maybe some new cast.
Oh.
But it seems that that they stayed true to the kind of gist of the movie, where it's kind of tongue in cheek, but still a real horror movie, not a horror comedy.
Right.
So much.
In other words, there's blood on the floor.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Andy Labs in the chat room says Scream 5 is growing on him better than 3 and 4.
I agree. I think it, like I said, I think it revitalized the series. I think it was kind of trailing off a little, and this kind of brought it back and gave it a new twist.
We went, now see, I don't even have anything good to talk about, because now at the end of the show we'll do, or late in the show we'll do Bonehead Weekly's review of Doctor Strange. Now I went and saw that, but that's the only trip to the theater we've made for like forever. Although now I understand June and July is going to be busy. What is it? Thor comes out next week?
No, it can't be next week.
Well, it can be.
Nothing's coming out. The only thing coming out next week is Top Gun Maverick.
Okay, that's what it is. Okay, Top Gun Maverick is coming out next week, but Thor's coming out like a couple weeks later. In other words, there's going to be some movies that either fall into the genre that I like, i.e. superheroes, or like Maverick. I liked the first one, and I was young, and so yeah, I'll probably. Damn, I just love watching.
No, it's Jurassic World.
Oh, Jurassic World's next week.
On June 9th.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, there it is.
Playing at the Ross Opera House.
And I like the Jurassic Park movies. So.
I booked my tickets for Top Gun Maverick today so that I could see it opening night on the 80-foot screen.
Ooh. You know me, I'm going to the Ross Opera. I'll spend more on popcorn than I will movie tickets.
I loved when I actually came and watched the movie there with you, but I think Top Gun might warrant the 80-foot screen.
Yeah, okay, now, Sharon Sutton says she's not a Tom Cruise fan. You know what? I don't know that I'm a Tom Cruise fan, but he's had some really good movies. And I have to say, he's another one of those, he's got that damn painting in his attic that's aging while he just stays the same. I mean, look at us. We're the same age. Jeez, I should take a better care of myself. Kind of late to start now, though, so it don't matter.
I can't wait to see Val Kilmer in it.
Yeah.
That's going to be the amazing part.
He's the one that recommended him for the job that I will understand in the movie. I saw the previews. Yeah.
Well, but he still doesn't have a voice. There is an artificial intelligence company that created software that recreates his voice so that he can act again. And it's all done through computer generated dialogue. where they went through and sampled all his old
Right.
movies to figure out how he said things, and it sounds like he made a documentary about it. It sounds like a real person talking. And they did this movie with that technology. I can't wait to see how that works.
Well, let's face it, it'll work. They've been shaving now that up until now that the big trick was shaving 40 years off actors so they could play their self 40 years ago. So why not? Yeah,
I know.
You know, the voice is easy. I've actually found some programs online that will do a fairly good imitation of certain very distinct voices. So if you can do that and then tweak it a little bit in Audacity or whatever they use, why not? And if it gets because people love Val Kilmer, so yeah, I'm all for it. I am for it.
I can't wait to see it. But like you said, there's some other good ones coming out too. I can't wait to see the new Jurassic movie, and anytime Marvel comes out. In fact, tonight before we got on here, I was watching Moon Knight. So,
what'd you think of Moon Knight?
I have watched the first 15 minutes, and then suddenly I got called away to come to Spearfest TV.
Actually, you volunteered, fucker. Anyway,
Whoops.
My sense of duty called me away.
Moon Knight. Okay, actually, the first episode, if I remember correctly, I liked it. The only thing I'll say about Moon Knight, okay, basically what Marvel is doing is they're spreading out what would be a decent movie over 6, 8 episodes, whatever they're doing. And I think the extra elbow room on the time, I think they spent a lot of, there was just seemed like there was a lot of setup. And you know, and when you're used, yeah, that's the way I'll put it. I enjoyed the series, and it's definitely worth watching, but I just felt a few times it got just a little bit tedious. It's like, just get on, because they make sure he appears like in costume like once per episode.
That's kind of what they did with all the series. So, I mean, I know Netflix had it first, but the Jessica Jones and Nick Cage and all that on those shows, and Daredevil, they were paced much slower than the movie.
Now it's funny. Now the reviews I think most people that watched it like season 1. Season 2 bored the shit out of me because it was all about his love with what's her face. And it did. I watched like 3 episodes. I just couldn't go any further.
Yeah.
Now Luke Cage, I liked it from beginning to end.
Yeah, it's just you gotta get used to the different pacing. You expect the Avengers movies where it's go all the time, and you get to those series and they're paced much different.
See, now I actually criticized Age of Ultron for that though, because to me it was like they just tried too hard to get as many robots and whatever on screen at one time. In other words, it was just too busy. I'm too old for this shit. I can't multitask that much. So that that's when I walked out. I said it was just too busy. Believe me what I said.
My other problem is I was a comic book fan growing up, but I don't remember Moon Knight. So he is a character I am not familiar with.
No, I had no reference for him. The one the karate fighter with the 10 rings. Shit. Shang-Chi. Oh, Shang-Chi. But actually, I love the movie. I will say I really liked the movie, but no, I had no reference point from that. I grew up with Captain America and Iron Man. Although now I will say Scarlet Witch was kind of sexy in the comics. Gonna throw it out there.
Yeah.
Gonna throw it out there. Oh my God, Shanna Hale, you liked Wolverine? Not the solo movie. Tell me, Shanna, you did not like the Wolverine origin. Oh my God,
Well, that's the thing. She's talking about Punisher too.
You want?
I like the Punisher movie. I didn't care for the Punisher TV series.
I don't think I was overly. I don't remember watching it all the way through. I didn't go all the way through it. Jake Gobble says Moon Knight equals crazy Batman. Except he's not rich. Okay. So we are watching the chat room. So we're waiting for Scarefest to get Deborah Ann Wolf from Daredevil as a guest ever since she was on True Blood. Well, let me know how that works out for you, Larry. I don't know who she is.
Christy loved Moon Knight, so that's certainly a vote against it being good.
Okay, well. You hear that, Christy? Oh my God, Shannon, she was talking about Wolverine oranges. Well, he has the claws. Anyway, no, Wolverine Origins was trash. Logan was good. If you, it's depressing, but it was good.
I was gonna say it's very different. Yeah. It's really not a Marvel movie. It's a very different thing.
But okay, hey, it's 9:30. Commercial break, and then we made it. We're gonna do a commercial break, then we'll come back and drop you some announcements, everyone.
Spirit Mechanics is here to help. Their background includes many different specialties across the metaphysical spectrum, including alchemy, shamanism, Celtic witchcraft, angelic magic, astral travel, and more.
With over 30 years combined experience in the group, you can be confident in their ability to help. If there is a question you have that you cannot answer, they will do their best to assist you.
Metaphysics can be intimidating, confusing, and unfortunately, abused. Spirit Mechanics takes pride in being selfless in the pursuit of helping others, being humble and honest with their clients about their questions, and lastly, maintaining a professional and personable atmosphere. They want you to feel as you are coming to a close friend, and they will do everything in their power to make you comfortable and safe.
And our first celebrity announcement of the evening, returning to the Scarefest, Lar Park Lincoln from Friday the 13th, Part 7. She played Tina. Also, you might have seen her on Ghost Party, Knots Landing, and Roseblood, a Friday the 13th fan film. Oh, okay. But, 27 acting credits. Murder, She Wrote, Knots Landing. Looking, she had another one we talked about. I like her because she will come on the show, I have no doubt, and I'll have a lovely, lovely lady to interview. Next up, Brian Bremer from Pumpkinhead. Kay, known for Pumpkinhead, he played Bunt in Pumpkinhead. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Also, so Brian Bremer is coming to Scarefest weekend, and returning this year, Gavin Kelly and Paula Kelly. What's the name of their show? Making Scare. Okay, that's not the name of their show. That's their name of their seminar they did last year. Anyway, Paranormal Journeys. That's what I was trying to remember. Paranormal Journeys. Gavin Kelly and Paula Kelly. And of course, I know they'll come on the show because they love to argue with me. Because because I'm psychic, you can't see me waving my hand back here in the little card trick thing. But yeah, anyway, Gavin and Paula Kelly are coming. We've got them set up. We will have more. Yes, we will have more, everybody. Be patient. Yeah, technically, Jake, you are correct. That's 4 announcements. But we didn't do a separate banner for Paula, so because we're all misogynist behind the scene. We didn't know, Ghost Hunters only got 1 banner, and there's 4 of them, so there. Next up, at the Blue Stallion Brewery, 610 West 3rd Street in Lexington, Kentucky, next Friday night, pop-up trivia event. Johnny Depp Mega Pint Trivia Night is happening next Friday, 7 p.m. They're going to have some type of thing where you can win tickets to Scarefest. And we'll do a live remote, so block that off. If you're not going to come, block off next Friday night. But the pop-up trivia event, and it's, if you need more information, you said Scarefest up an event page, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you'll go to the Scarefest page on Facebook, they should have an event link and you can find the banner there. That's where I found it. Pop-up trivia event for, once again, Johnny Depp, who I know absolutely nothing about other than Edward Scissorhands and the pirate he played. So, there's my trivia for the evening. Next up, hey, don't forget, we're still taking staff applications. And we have a Zoom meeting. If you're in the staff, we have a Zoom meeting this Sunday at 3 o'clock.
I think so.
Yeah. Anyway, you're supposed to get an email. But yeah, staff applications are still being taken. The Scarefest Horror Film Festival is still taking submissions. I haven't logged in about 2 weeks, so I have no idea how that's going. I need to get to judging and watching. But Scarefest Horror Film Festival, short movies, feature film length, we will take them if they're horror or paranormal related. And I do want to remind everybody, it's still a couple weeks off, but the Central Kentucky Mystical Market is coming up June 11th and 12th. I couldn't be there this past month because work, but June 11th and 12th, the Mystical Market is coming back. Go to centralkymysticalmarket.com or look them up on Facebook. Ta-da! So I hope that was... I hope that was worth sitting through the verbal we've been spewing for the last 30 minutes. Okay. Back to my chat room. See what am I saying? Oh, now they got all these private conversations going.
There's a question for you.
Oh, where is it?
Any news if Steve Miner or Harry Manfredi are coming?
I can honestly say I have no damn idea.
But Adrian is in the chat room.
Adrian's in the chat room. She probably knows. But she couldn't tell you anyway, because if we don't have the contract signed, we can't announce that they're coming. And if we had the contract signed, it would have been 5 announcements tonight instead of 3. So that's
But seeing who you're interested in is great. It helps us plan for the future. So.
That's true. That is true. Yeah, those names are not on my list, but my list are usually after the fact. Other than working on some paranormal people. So no news is good news. There you go, Scott. No news is good news.
So yeah, I know you said you hadn't logged into the film festival for a couple weeks. What you have watched? Are you seeing some good entries?
I've seen some really good shorts. Honestly, and I've not watched that many features. I'm not insulting any of the features, but the features I have watched thus far have not rocked my world. I'll put it out there. Now that being said, I'm barely, but I saw some very, very good shorts. So apparently, after COVID was over and people actually had to go back to work, they didn't have time to spend all their time filming, and that's the only thing I figured. One of them, there is a little zombie. I think I've talked about it before. The zombie. Now Meredith probably watched every damn one of them. She's in the chat room and she agrees with me. But there's a little zombie short that parallels. It starts off, you think the girl's actually talking about the COVID pandemic, and she's talking about the zombie apocalypse, and it's freaking hilarious. I loved it. So
I know every year some of those shorts are incredibly creatively and well done. So I always kind of look forward to that.
And I'll tell you, there was that one, and there was another one. One of the actual very first ones that came out that was entered was another short. And it was very short. It was one that's like 2-3 minutes long tops. And it had to do with zombies. And now I'm going to tell you, if I brag on a short that has any movie that has zombies in it, it's probably pretty damn good because zombies are so overdone. I'm really hard on zombie movies of any time. When it comes to that, I'll watch Walking Dead or whatever. Yeah, I like it. Except that season when Negan was killing everyone. It's like, God, this is depressing.
Yeah, I kind of got away from it for a while, but I need to get caught up for the last season here.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on that. And then, hell, now they're talking about spinning off like every character that was ever in it. So
we're getting a restaurant in Lexington. So,
what, a zombie restaurant? What do you mean?
No, Daryl Dixon, Nick and Norm's, him and Greg Nicotero, they have a restaurant, and it's chain now. They're opening one in Lexington.
Cool. I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted. I'm trying to read the chat room and see if anything is actually a question. And it's most, like I said, now they're just chatting amongst themselves. So, well, oh, and okay. I am going to answer a recurring question that is about why we don't have the photo ops. First of all, have you ever known the Scarefest have their photo ops posted 4 or 5 months out? Ever. That's part A of the answer. The other part of, okay, everybody's wanting to go ahead and get their photo ops with Robert Englund. Here is the drawback to booking that big Nightmare on Elm Street reunion, is we have to decide how many of these combination photo ops put together. And we've had requests for like Kane Hodder and him and CJ Graham. We cannot take him away from his table all weekend, because the other big thing is, hey, are you going to sell tickets for his autograph? So we got to keep him at his table, get some photo ops out of Mr. Englund. You know, the math is just overwhelming. So that's the answer to that. That's why it's not been released yet, everybody, is we have to judiciously decide what photo ops that we can afford for him to do and still not have you lynch us because you didn't get an autograph because he was only at his table 15 minutes on Friday night. There, I said it.
Complicated math, but important.
And Jake, the answer is about the same. We should be pretty close on that, on his line building, how we're going to do the line for his booth. Jake asked about when is the England line situation going to be announced. The important thing is we backed off our early instincts on, like, we wanted to pre-sell the autographs and several of them, but we can't do any of that. So now we're just going to come up with a way that you can have the same chance of getting his autograph and yet not spend all weekend standing in a line for 10 hours at a time. That is our goal. So we're coming up with a methodology to do that. Knowing about it ahead of time will not help you because it will all still happen at the convention. There's your teaser on it.
And let's hope that birding is not right. We're going to avoid a situation. We're going to have a plan.
Exactly. we hashed it out pretty much down in Texas when we went to Frightmare. We've got, if everybody agrees to it, I think we've got a pretty good way of doing it. About the only thing, here's a teaser. I will tell you that the way I would personally do it would make it almost impossible with a general admission ticket to get his autograph on Friday. Sorry, there's just not enough hours in the day. Other than that, Saturday and Sunday would be a free-for-all. I mean, VIPs would not have any advantage over general admission. So I think that my personal, and I'm not too far off base, I don't think, but Okay, Mary's going to text me an idea. Well, it doesn't involve me working any harder, Mary. You may text me your idea. That's my new rule. And if it isn't broke, don't break it. That's my other rule. Okay, we've made it. We're close enough. Let's do our third commercial break. Come back with Bonehead Weekly, and then I'll tell Chad kind of what he says about Doctor Strange, because I agree with him. Everybody, we'll be right back.
Horror. Movies. Fans. For. Life. On Facebook. Find us. For watch parties. For news. For memes. For friends. For life. Horror movie fans for life. Join us.
Hey, Scarefest family. This is Joe Lewis from Bonehead Weekly. You may not know it, but there's a new Sam Raimi film out. A lot of people are screaming that there's a new Marvel film about Dr. some such, but I just know there's a new Sam Raimi film out. So I went to see Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, or Madness and Multiverses, or whatever. I don't know. I'm a little sick of the multiverse. I'm a little sick of superheroes. You heard me say this before. I like the first Doctor Strange film directed by Scott Derrickson. It's pretty good, actually. Go back and rewatch it. Marvel decided to make what they call a horror film. I don't know that any of them have quite ever seen a horror film, but I knew they weren't going to quite get it. And then it didn't work out between Scott Derrickson and them. And Scott comes from horror genre too, and there's several films that are really good. They hired Sam Raimi, and I was excited because Sam Raimi's my favorite director. Is Doctor Strange in the Madness and Multiverse Madness any good? It's not bad. I enjoyed it. Saw it in the theater with my good friend, and he and I were talking, and at the end of it, we looked at each other, and I said, well, that's a screwy film. Yeah, it's neither fish nor fowl. The third act is a lot of Sam Raimi. But the third act is a lot of Sam Raimi when you get to, and it's not bad and it's a lot of fun. It just convoluted, slightly predictable, kind of like a Marvel film, but not one of the best Marvel films. Is it enjoyable? Yeah, I had a really good time with it. Can I recommend it? You're going to watch this movie no matter what. If you're a Sam Raimi fan, you're going to watch it. If you're a Marvel fan, you're going to watch it. The movie's almost at $750 million worldwide box office, so nothing I say is going to hurt this movie. They weren't going to give Sam Raimi complete control, and they didn't. I wish it was either more of one or the other. You can see glimpses of both. There's a great cameo. There's a lot of great cameos, and that's part of the fun of the movie. And I'm not going to spoil any of them, but if you're a Sam Raimi fan, you know which cameo I'm talking about. And there's a great cameo by the classic. If you know, or if you're an Evil Dead fan, don't worry, the classic's there. And there's a lot of the shots that you expect from Raimi, but there's just not enough. It just doesn't go bonkers enough at the end like I wanted it to. It doesn't just have, I mean, there's some horrific parts. There's some zombies. There's one great kill scene in the middle of it. There's really great death scene. I really enjoyed it. One character's death, whom I wasn't familiar with. But is it the best movie? No. Do I like it as much as I did Scott Derrickson's Doctor Strange? Probably not. Am I happy that there's a new Sam Raimi movie? Am I happy that he got the chance to make another movie with, such a big budget? Of course. Is it great? No. So go out and see Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness, blah, 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 blah. Benedict Cumberbatch, pretty good. They've got to find a book. Does this sound familiar if you're a Sam Raimi fan? There's a book that if has evil incantations in it, that if you read it, you can control things. Does any of this sound familiar? There's some zombies. There's some cool demons at the end. I really did like that. There's a great creature at the beginning with one giant eye. Like that. It just doesn't quite flow, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But anyway, who am I to judge? Go ahead, check out Doctor Strange in the Mouth of Madness. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Multitude Madness, and enjoy it. This has been Joe Lewis of Bonehead Weekly. I wish this cat would shut the hell up.
And welcome back, everybody, to Scarefest TV. And there was Bonehead's review of Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. And I have to, it's so rare that I completely agree with Joe. It was a good movie. It was a little muddled. It was a little busy. It was a little, but it was a good movie.
Well, it's supposed to be muddled. It's about multiple multiverses.
But if you dwell on the minutia of multiple universes, not multiple, that would be really hard. Multiple universes. They spend a little more time stomping around like the paint multiverse and stuff like that. So anyway, but he brings out a good point that Sam Raimi, most of his movies involve somebody looking for a book. That's so there.
Someday they'll tie it all together and it'll turn out they're all looking for the same book. It's just different versions of the multiverse.
Well, okay, now if you actually, this came up on somebody. It might have been, I don't know if it was YouTube or some article. The book in Sam Raimi's the Dead movie.
Evil Dead.
That's twice I forgot that. Once during the commercial, now and then now. That book and Marvel actually based Agatha Harkness's book on the same book in legend, the Book of the Dead, quote unquote. And so there you go. See, it just like that. It all ties together. Yes, thank you, Rachel Santiago, for reminding me of the movie that I'd already been reminded of. Now, to Jake mentioned in the chat room, what is a good karaoke bar in Lexington? The answer is there is no such thing as a good karaoke bar. Now, but that being said, the bowling alley at Southland Lanes, is that what you said, Chad?
They have a very popular karaoke night. There's also a bar in Shinaway Park that's a popular karaoke. And I don't know if they do it every night because, like you, Wes, I'm not interested in karaoke bars, but I do know people who go to those two places.
So there's your answer, Jake. And he said, "Well, they're all good when I perform." Yeah. Okay, fame is went to your head, buddy. Fame is went to your head. So anyway, Multiverse of Madness. See it, and if I lower your expectations, you might even love it. I think that's why I didn't like Captain Marvel for that reason. I was expecting so much more because everybody was bragging about it. Then I realized my timeline's full of women, and it was all this,
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that ended up being a white.
So anyway, that's about all I got.
I was gonna say, I think we made it.
We made it to the end of the show. Yay! I've still got it. I can bullshit with an art. This would have been a lot tougher without you, Chad. I just want to throw that out there. You have saved.
Happy to join you. I've been gone for a while, so happy to catch up. You
have saved me yet again, and so yeah, everybody. Next Friday night, Scarefest TV will be allegedly be on. We just like it's freaking live remote, and I just hate doing those. And that's the only time I ever run out of things to talk about is when I'm actually doing a live remote. I think my longest one ever was like 15, 20 minutes. So
it's because you're distracted and drinking.
That is possible. But that's the other thing. It's what's the name of the place? Let me go back to the notes.
Blue Stallion.
Blue Stallion Brewery. Yeah. My God, does everybody in Lexington just run their own still now?
We've got a few.
It's like living in the 1920s, everyone. Bathtub gin and everybody's makes their own now.
it's a growing industry here in town, but I think that's across the nation.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. And I've had some really good brews from some of these places. But the only thing I know to do when I go in is ask the waitress, what's your most popular? So she didn't bring me some, we're experimenting with this one based on lilac and kerosene, that kind of thing. Anyway, so that's what we got tonight. Laura Park Lincoln, Brian Bremer, and the Kellys, Gavin and Paula Kelly, will be at the Scarefest this year. We've got more announcements. That's how much time Brandon had to do contracts. To do the graphics for the contracts he's already gotten. But we do have more announcements. We've got a couple of big ones that are loaded. I haven't heard back on those, but we got some really big ones coming up. We did have one big one that I know about that fell through that pisses me off, but shit happens. Everybody, join me next week for trivia. Johnny Depp trivia. Really. Anyway. But everybody's done their homework now. They've been watching that on Fox News and whoever else is carrying it. So
can't wait to see you there.
Don't shit the bed. Night, everyone.